We are live, guys. Hope you guys are doing well today on this fine afternoon. We apologize. It took a little bit before we can get this live video updates for you guys. As you know, the film went live on Amazon Prime Video, not this past Friday, but the Friday before. And it just caught us really off guard. We were thinking it was going to be, you know, 8-10 weeks, but it went live really quick. I mean, we passed QC, and the next day it got picked up by Amazon Prime Video immediately, and it's going to continue more. Tubi is next. Epoch, other streaming platforms are jumping on board to pick this project that we did to honor our veterans. So let's get into it right away. Back in 2020, right? We set out to do something that is nearly impossible. We didn't have the studio backing. We didn't have my so-called, colleagues who are producers. They looked at the film and they wanted to change the script. They wanted to change the actors. And we just said, no, this is the one time that we're not going to do this. This is the one time that we need to do this in the appropriate way to showcase what our veterans go through on a daily basis, on a momentarily basis, all the time. And we didn't want to portray and make light of the situation, what happens to a soldier when they come back home. We wanted to reserve the authenticity of what happens, or some of the things that happens when they're back home. And so I believe that we accomplished that, right? With the views and everybody that's calling us, messaging us on social media, personal phones, emails. I believe that we all collectively as a group, believe me, as a group, it was an army, it was a battalion for us to do what we could do. And I apologize, but I'm trying not to go into that state of mind on what it was like to make this film, but we are definitely proud, right? So proud of, after 2.5 years of making this project, now is coming to the light. And even after we made the film, we're going to go into the film itself, but even after we made the film, it was a 1.5 years of dealing with, sales agents, distributors, and a lot of things didn't go as we planned. And we said to ourselves, you know what? We need to take control of the situation. And that's exactly what we did. We handled it ourselves and not let it go into another person's hand or people's hands in the actual process of releasing this project. So here we are. It was, to our surprise, many weeks earlier than we anticipated, but we're glad that it's here. So now we need your help continuously, right? To watch the film. For those who haven't watched, we need the reviews on Amazon. The stars, and be honest, how it makes you feel. Also on IMDb, you got to scroll down from the page where it will be in the link and go to the user review and rate it for us, because that's how we can beat the old traditional system, right? The studio, they put in millions of dollars to promote, and they brainwash people into watching this title, watch this, watch this. We don't have that, guys. What we have is heart, tenacity, right? The relentless pursuit of doing something against the grain, which these people say we could not do, right? And we did it. And we did it our way, and we continue to show them how we get this done. We are preparing for some TV stations interviews, some podcasts, some DJ radio interviews, right? But let me explain to you what we did with this film. Uncle Larry, we love you, man. Rest in peace. So much love. Dedicate this film to you. This film was made with a camera crew people of 4. My wife and I, Carla and I, that makes it 6. But we're actors, we're producers, we did everything that we could by ourselves, right? And that's what it took. And I want to give so much thanks to a gentleman named Michael Halverson, because at the beginning, when we did the Indiegogo campaign, out of all the people I've known for the last 18 years, right? This man signed up to do something for our veterans. He believed in the project and he put forth effort in everything he could do to make this project successful. Those of you who have not seen the film, when you see it, you see the battles that happened in Afghanistan. It's because of him and his contact out in Las Vegas. So we thank you to everyone who's involved in Las Vegas for us too as well. But back to the film, right? It took an army of so many other people that are the public. It wasn't even the crew, right? Yes, we have some people that help out. We have some veterans that help out in the Las Vegas battlefield. But at the end of the day, when we were shooting the film, when we were making the film, this is, it comprises of the 4 people plus me and Carla. So that was 6, right? And that's all it was. And most of the film or TV project that you have ever been on, there's like 100 people, right? Carla did the job of 40 people in the office. We did everything that we could. Gentry, who's our also visual effects, came in and did a lot of things for us too as well. So kudos to him. And then we want to give thanks to Nola Spectrum Effects. They're the real true warriors. Some of the things didn't pan out that we could get done in Las Vegas. And of course, we went to Slidell where they were located, and they helped us out tremendously. So thank you so much, Matt, the Kutcher family, Lisa, everybody there, Zach, Matt, Junior, Donnie, everybody at Spectrum. Thank you so much, guys. We couldn't have done this without you. Always on board helping us out. If you guys don't know who that is, those are the people that are responsible for the explosion in Mile 22 and about another 100 or so projects across the board, what they have done. So thank you so much. Now the film. Let us know what you think about the film. How it really made you feel when you watch this film, right? Because Carla was mentioning to me that it wasn't just your normal film. What we had was a film, but then it's also a sort of a documentary in itself, and she thought it was very unique because we have real veterans that came on board to share their story and what they've been through. There are numerous Medal of Honors, all these Purple Heart recipients, Army recommendation. I mean, we have a list of it going on, and we will post them for every veteran who's responsible to share their story in the film. The film not only consists of veterans from the Afghanistan war, but also from the Iraq war and the Vietnam war. We felt that usually when they do a PTSD film or film about war, it's only concentrated on one specific I guess era. So we thought that it's important to bring the guys together, because as we were around all these veterans, no matter which era they came from, they were brothers, right? They were brothers in arm, and we really loved seeing that. And honestly, really it all came down to me and Chuck. I've been buddies with Chuck for, 17 years, right? I met him first time in an acting class. And every single day that I've talked with Chuck for the last 15 years, he was telling me about the survivor's guilt and the things that he tremendously went through coming back home, losing all his buddies. And it was that was the driven idea for me, right? I did 12 pages of the script back in 2015, 2016, and I let him read the first 12 pages, and this has been in the work for that long until we got to meet more veterans that came on board to really help flesh out the idea of what it all entails when you come back home. And so when you see the film, if you haven't, please watch the film. When you see the film, you'll see me and Chuck, because we're brothers. And all the rest of the guys that come on board, you see what it's like when they embrace one another. And I think that's the most important part of the film, is that, no matter what happened over there, wherever they were, when they come back home, they embrace one another. Now, not all the time everybody can be, collectively a group in a tight, super tight bond, but it's an understanding of what it's like to go over there, see the things that you've seen, done some of the things that you've done, and then come back home and just try to be okay with it. And I think that that's what I saw when I was hanging around with these guys, right? And it was so important for me to understand that, to bring this story, out in the forefront, right? We felt that, some of the things in the film, it showcases what happened when a soldier has to leave, their family, their children, to go back. And even, some of those who are here, they want to go back, right? Because they don't really, get in with the society that is here, especially now. So they want to go back, but some of them, they can't. So I think that that's another battle in itself, is that, you can't do that. Hang tight for a second. So the battle continues no matter what. I think for every veteran that comes home. And also, we had a soldier that actually, he's overseas right now, right? He watched the film and he loved the film, and him and his wife, we met them 3-4 years back, and now, when he comes back, he wanted to watch the film again. And I thought that was really nice that, he's overseas. We did this for all the veterans, including guys who are still in the service, and he were able to see, this film come to light. So I thought that was really nice of him too. So thank you so much, man. Safe travel over there. Be safe, and God bless you. And I hope, when you come back to your family, we're able to sit down and break some bread, right? So once again, guys, right now it's on Amazon Prime, and it just got live on Amazon Prime in the UK. So we're hitting that market running, and as we move forward, there will be more territory that's going to come out. And then, of course, Tubi is going to be carrying the film next. They already got the film. And then we're looking to add more to it, whether it's FilmRise, Hulu, Apple TV Plus. We're adding those people, as we're promoting and working the film. There are also other entities that we are trying to get with to help, bring this into a bigger platform. And that's where we at. Let me also thank the two gentlemen that were responsible for all of this, right? The guys from VTT, you can see I'm wearing their hat and their shirt. They really came on board and really helped us out. So thank you so much over there, Nicholas, Dave, and Joe. And also Bill. Bill couldn't make it out to film with us. So thank you so much, the behind the scene guy who did everything he could to get us where we need to go. Ryan, thank you so much. He's the writer of Tip of the Spear. Thank you, brother. And then thank you to Jocko Willink. I think that he's one of the main reasons when I was formulating the script, writing it, even filming it and acting it out in post-production. I all I did was just listen to Jocko. So thank you for that, man. We really, really appreciate Jocko and his wife to allow us to use his voice, because his voice speaks volume to me when the whole process began. And also, I'm sure it's to countless many others, not just veterans, but civilians. Thank you, Andy Stumpf, for allowing us to, feature the poem, A Debt That Can't Be Repaid, in the film. And I find that that poem really touches my heart, and I'm sure it touches many others, is because what we do here, right? We play pretend, and other people sacrifice a whole lot, and I think that that's the trade-off, right? So we thank you for that. And another note before we go back to the film, it's funny because when we set out to do this, right? Someone asked me, well, who's playing this guy named, Chuck, AKA Soul? And well, you know what? Chuck is playing Chuck, okay? It's just that simple. They were like, well, this role is amazing. You sure he can pull this off? Well, he lived it, right? Chuck is 6'2", 6'3". He lived it. So it was him bearing his soul as he has always done to me the last 16, 17 years, right? So, and that's the thing, is that here's a guy who's, 6'2", 6'3", but he was one of the tunnel rats in Vietnam. Usually you're 5'4" and 5'6", but, here's a big guy who was a tunnel rat in Vietnam. And so I thought that was very intriguing for who he is, what he's done in his lifetime. And we're happy to just have him have something to leave as a legacy for his kids, his grandchildren, great-grandchildren, right? To share his story with us and the whole world now that the whole thing is out and open. So funny, his wife always continued to shed tears, which is amazing. Carla has a special where when we do the premiere, we're going to put a box of tissue with 22 on it, because I believe that is a tearjerker to where everyone's gonna shed a tear or not be able to hold back. So I think that's going to be next when we have a red carpet premiere. We are in process to talk to different TV stations, podcasts, and other radio places to go on this promotional tour as we go. So we thank you. I just want to go through and probably read a few comments. Thank you, Miss Ortiz, Nevada, love, Ortiz, our buddy. There were many individuals in this film that had some really life-changing challenges, and we didn't know. They came on board, and we found out afterwards. So it made it just that much more special, that here we are collectively as a group doing something that we love, that's greater than ourselves, and we find out, wow, the challenges that these two individuals had, and I'm not talking about the veterans, I'm talking about these two people had life-altering challenges that were a part of this project, and they gave it so much. So we thank you. I don't want to say any names because I'm not sure if they want me to share their story like that out to others, but just know we appreciate you guys so much because you guys gave it all. Thank you, Dawn, to be a part of this. This film is made for George, one of our agents that is also a veteran before. So thank you for that. Everybody who came on board with this film to make it happen, right? So once again, guys, we need to get everybody back on board with reviewing, because that is the only way we can drive this force to the forefront, right? Once again, I said, we don't have the millions of dollars from the studios. All we have is the tenacity of us continuing to work and the people. This film is made for the veterans and for the people, for the audience. So we need your help. You want to help us, help our veterans? This is what we need to do. Everybody can be on board. It takes you a couple of minutes to leave a review on IMDb. That way it drives the film up on Amazon, and also on Amazon in itself, right? And eventually, really, we want the film to be free for you guys too as well. And I think that that's in the next couple of weeks. It'll be on Tubi too as well. So it'll be on multiple platforms as we are making these deals to have this movie out on as many platforms as we can to bring it out to the forefront. So thank you so much for everybody who's tuning in. We love you guys. like I said, we did this out of the pure love for what it is that we get to do, right? Versus what people actually went through, and still, still fighting, and still in the hole, trying to climb out every moment of the day, and even sometimes when you out, right? Sometimes it gets you get pulled back in. I think that's just also life too as well. So thank you for everybody who's watching. We had some people that say, you know what, this film made this person feel how they can get out of life situation, and it wasn't even about a veteran. It was just the way how life is sometimes, right? What kind of things that life deals to you. So we thought that was interesting too, that they can see themselves in some of these situations on how life is sometimes, right? Because I feel like every one of us has these ups and downs with life, and sometimes good, sometimes bad, and sometimes you just never know how do you get out of it. How do you find yourself when you are lost at the at the lowest moment or at the highest moment of your life. So we made it for that too as well. So once again, thank you to everyone who's support, but continue to support us. That's how we beat the studio system, right? That's how we beat the corporation who have so much money behind that they're forced to do what they do. What we're doing is with the people, with everybody that we're doing now to make it work. And I think that is the most important thing that can drive this film further than anything else as well, is letting the people know, share with your friends, your family, people that you know on your platform. I mean, each one of the people that we're connected with might have 1,000 to 4,000 whatever people, right? Imagine if everybody reach out to everybody and share where it's gonna go. And I know it takes a little time. We're asking you, out of your personal time to do it, but we do need your help, right? Think about that. Think about what 5 minutes, 10 minutes of sacrifice that you're doing to help us help our veterans. And I think that's really the ultimate goal. And at the end of the day, we're going to be we'll share you more behind the scene. We're going to share with you other clips from the film, just a little quick teaser and stuff like that, so you guys can see the film. But also we're going to come out with the behind the scene, but the BTS, the making of the film, because like I said before, this film was very unique because we didn't have the traditional backing with everything. So when you see it, you're not going to believe that, wow, it's just this much of people who actually came together and made this happen, right? It's because, it's willpower. Anything that we set our mind to, we can do, but just collectively as a group, we can do it even better. So thank you so much to everyone who's come on board. I'm just gonna read a few comments, and we want to thank everybody. Chuck, my buddy. Yeah, Charles, no worries, man. I appreciate you, brother. Once again, this is. I tell Chuck this all the time, right? I want to share this with you guys. Is that? Hold on. So, back in 2020, I wanted to do this with my other friends who have experience in producing the film. But then things didn't turn out like I thought it would. And so I always make a joke about this with Chuck, right? I'm from Vietnam. So a lot of the people that are here in the US really never kind of fine-tune what it's like for a veteran who comes back home from the Vietnam War era, where they were not welcome back home, right? So it took a kid from Vietnam, me, and of course the help with Carla and everybody else that rallied behind us. It took a kid from Vietnam to come all the way from Saigon, Vietnam to America to make a film to honor a veteran who went and fought in Vietnam. That's what we're talking about, guys. That's what I mean when I say, things in full circle, and what we were able to do with just, the extreme hard work condition and the love for what we could do together as a group So now we're asking you once again to help us bring this message even further. I think that we talked about maybe having some, memorabilia of the actual things from the film. Maybe it goes on auction block and things like that. So the audience can have a piece of the film, a piece of the challenge coin that my buddy Buttercup made. Some hats, some uniforms, some props. There are things from the film that we're gonna share with the audience once we will get it up running on the platform. So we'll share it further with you guys on that, right? So Miss Kathy, I always call her like my second mom. Thank you, Kathy, and hubby. Thank you so much for checking in with us, watching the film. Um, you know, Once again, I've been blessed with the career that I have, right? And all the people who came on board behind with that. But I felt it was time that we do something else, right? Yeah, I already know you guys kind of like tired of seeing me as a bad guy doing all this stuff, but I had a hard time kind of trusting someone else to play the lead role, to really portray what it's like internally, right? The inner turmoil of a particular, let's say, just any veteran that come home. So I kind of took upon that role, but it nearly broke me. I think my 4 to 6 crew people, they've had pictures and videos of me just passing out, right? We worked tirelessly, continuously, you just name it, we did that, right? And we didn't stop at all. And then we thank you for everyone who watched me crash, wake up, and do everything that we could do together as a group. So we thank you. And if I, didn't get to mention, once again, it's possible because everybody believed in us. And, one of the guys that really, really helped us was Michael Halverson from Las Vegas. Him and his team, his brother, James, Mike Hansen, who actually introduced me to Halverson. Their whole group at their company really helped us out more than we could ever thank them. So, I want you guys to give them a shout out and keep them in your mind. They have other companies in Las Vegas that do great business with, but it took normal people. It took people that are not in the industry, that I've known, that I've worked with for 18 plus years, right? To actually believe in the message, believe in what it is that we're going to do, and we've done it. And, it's funny, my buddy Chuck, he saw the film a few times, but when he got to finally see the film with his family, he was telling me, you know what, man, this time, after 2.5 years, it was the best that I've seen the film. So that's the testament of, what we did together for the 2.5 years. So many people. Hey, Jeffrey, thank you so much, brother. Sam, thank you so much. We'll, get to thanking as many people as we could. Josh, everybody, as we continue. Don't forget to comment on this. We'll have more links for you guys to check this out, and we'll continue this promotional tour. We'll send you guys links, and when we get the TV stations interview and other things like that to update you guys. But yeah, go watch the film if you haven't. A lot of people actually told us that they actually bought the film, I guess because the price difference weren't too much. So I'm so happy about that because, then you can watch it again. Also, we've had a discussion on how we'll be able to make some DVDs. It takes a lot of work, and we got to outsource those. But I think at some point we'll get some DVDs going, but that's a whole different animal right there. But we feel that people want a piece of this as a memorabilia, so we'll get into that eventually. So thank you so much once again. Don't forget to support with that when that comes out. So yeah, we are, guys. Once again, don't forget reviews, comments, share, show love, because that's what we're doing, and that's what it takes for the whole group to do this. And we'll be back with some more updates soon. Thank you so much, and see you guys soon. And don't forget, go to overlookentertainment.com, check out the comments, the review, go on our page, follow the Instagram page at Overlook, follow the Overlook page on Facebook, and we'll give you guys more update. Thank you so much. Peace.